If you only put a half a gallon of gas in your car, are you expecting your car to take you further than what that half a gallon of gas is going to take you? No, absolutely not. And also, with only putting a half a gallon of gas in your car, it's not going to take you that far. So the same concept applies to starting a fat loss. I don't know why, but nowadays when people decide that they want to lose some weight, they always start their fat loss off on extremely low calories. And because of that, they're never able to achieve their actual goal because they become burnt out or it's just too restrictive for them. So today, I want to show you guys how to properly start your fat loss. And please leave the low calorie bullshit alone. It's not necessary. So as you guys already know with my car analogy, you put a full tank of gas in your car, it takes you a further distance. If you only put a half a tank of gas in your car, it's going to take you a shorter distance. So the same thing applies with dieting. So your body is the car. The gas is the calories. So if you are starting your fat loss off on higher calories, it's going to take you a further distance. But if you're that individual where you're starting your fat loss off on very low calories, it's going to take you a shorter distance within your fat loss. Now, with starting your fat loss off on higher calories, there's benefits to this. So the first one is more flexibility. So you have more flexibility within your diet. You can have more variety, and it makes it more enjoyable and sustainable. That's key. The next one is it's limiting metabolic adaptations. And you may be like, what is metabolic adaptations? So what metabolic adaptations are is when we are dieting for a long period of time, our hormones will downregulate. More specifically, thyroid is going to downregulate, and thyroid controls metabolism. So whenever the thyroid downregulates, so does your metabolism, or your metabolism becomes slower. And because of that, you're going to have to cut calories to make up for the adaptation that occurred within the thyroid. So it's limiting that. So you don't have to cut calories to keep up with the downregulated thyroid. The next one is it keeps your cortisol lower. So when you start off on a fat loss, if you're starting off on low calories, it's going to drive your cortisol up. And when cortisol goes high, it wreaks havoc on the whole entire body because it affects thyroid, which affects metabolism, and it also affects our sex hormones. So you're more at risk for experiencing metabolic adaptations and also too hormone imbalances, and you don't want that. So that's why it's so important to ensure that you're starting your fat loss off on the highest calories that you possibly can. And here's how you go about doing this. So you want to start your fat loss off within maintenance. And if you don't know how to calculate maintenance, I have a really easy formula for you guys to calculate this. So if you're someone who wants to lose more than 20 pounds, all you're going to do is take 8 kcals times your body weight. If you want to lose less than 20 pounds, what you're going to do is take 10 kcals times your body weight. And that's going to give you how many calories to start with. So here's an example. I'm going to use myself. So I'm 155 pounds, and let's say I want to drop 10 pounds. So I'm going to take 155 times that by 10. That's going to give me 150 kcals to start with. But that's just the beginning of this. The next thing that I want to do is I want to add in an activity factor, because if you're doing more, you want to consume a little bit more calories. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to multiply 1550 calories times 1.2, which is a very common activity factor, and that's going to give me 1860 calories. So now I have a range. I have this really nice range between 1550 calories and 1860 calories. And what I would do with this is on the days where I work out, I'm going to consume 1860 calories. On the days where I don't work out, I'm going to consume anywhere between 1550 to even 1600 calories, as long as I'm within that range. So that's why I said now we have a range. And whenever you do get to a point where like fat loss starts to slow down a little bit, because it's going to happen, you want to make sure you're just slowly taking away calories. You don't want to go 0 to 100. So you don't want to go from eating 1860 calories, now you're down to eating like 1400 calories. No, because again, fuel in the tank, okay? So that is how I would go about that. So please stop the low calorie dieting, people. You're doing nothing but hindering yourself, and you're making it that much harder to achieve your goals. So if you like this video, you thought it was useful, please give me a thumbs up, leave me some comments down below, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time.